5, 4, 3.
Hello and welcome back, you Albany students. I hope you had a great week off. This is News Night on February 23rd, 2009. I'm Kenza Martin.
I'm Christy Reynolds.
I'm Dana Levinson.
And I'm Manon James.
Our first story for tonight will be the Oscars. The 81st Annual Academy Awards aired last night starting at 8 o'clock. I hope all of you caught it. The 2009 award show did not disappoint, which is a good thing because last year's Oscars had a recorded worst TV ratings ever. So hopefully they did a little bit better this year. In efforts to liven up the show, actor, singer, and dancer Hugh Jackman opened with a musical number that cleverly saluted many of the nominated films of the night. The cast and crew of Slumdog Millionaire basically owned the Oscars, with their winning of 8 awards, including Best Picture, Adapted Screenplay, and Cinematography. The creators of the film proudly accepted their Best Picture award, along with much of the cast, which included the lead professional actors, along with many of the children that were cast from the slums of Mumbai. So this was a great opportunity for them to be able to participate in a feature film.
Absolutely.
The acting categories were presented by 5 past winners of the same awards. Actresses included Marion Cotillard, Tilda Swinton, Halle Berry, and Nicole Kidman. And the actors who presented the Best Actor award included Kevin Kline, Sophia Loren, Anthony Hopkins, Shirley MacLaine, and Robert De Niro. So we got some of our best actors presenting that award.
Big name.
Yes. Kate Winslet finally won her Oscar after 5 previous losses for her outstanding performance as a former guard of a concentration camp in The Reader. I don't know if any of you saw it. I didn't get a chance to catch it, but
No, I was basically told the synopsis, and but I heard it was a really good movie, and also Kate Winslet said that she wrote her Oscar speech when she was 8 years old.
oh
wow.
right, I saw that. She
Oh
said
my
that
God.
She said that she used to be holding a shampoo bottle.
Yeah.
and that was really.
I think all of us have done that, though. I remember standing in front of the mirror being like, thank you to the Academy.
Yeah.
At least she
Thank
finally
you.
got it, though.
So cute, yeah. I was definitely proud of her, and she whistled, and her father whistled.
Oh,
and
that's
she
so
found him in the crowd.
adorable.
It was so cute. But continuing on, Sean Penn won Best Actor for his leading role as a gay rights activist in Milk. During his acceptance of the award, he took stand for the rights of gay marriage. During his acceptance for Best Actor, his role as a homosexual politician in Milk, I guess, gave him the ideas to support the homosexuals of the nation, and he made a comment of the anti-gay protesters who stood close outside the Oscars red carpet. He quoted, "For those who saw the signs, the hate signs as our cars drove in tonight, I think it's a good time for those who voted for the ban against gay marriage to sit and reflect on their great shame and their shame in their grandchildren's eyes if they continue that support." And he finally said, "We've got to all have equal rights for everyone," which I think.
And it was a round of applause when he said that.
Yes.
The audience went crazy, and they all, really.
It definitely,
yeah.
I think playing that character definitely put him in a different perspective and point of view for those people. Heath Ledger won an award for his final supporting role as the deranged Joker in The Dark Knight, which he won this award exactly 13 months after his death, which is a little bit creepy to me. His prize was accepted on his behalf by his mother, father, and sister. Kim Ledger, Heath's father, quoted, "I have to say this is ever so humbling, just being amongst such wonderful people in such a wonderful industry." He then thanked the Academy for recognizing his son's amazing work, and especially Christopher Nolan in particular for allowing Heath and the creative license to develop and explore the crazy Joker character.
Yes. That was definitely quite the character.
Yes.
Oh, the makeup in that movie was crazy, and
yes,
his
it was.
mannerisms, everything, his voice, I thought it was ridiculous. I didn't even know it was him when he was performing.
And
I
you really have
know.
to watch it a couple times before you can see Heath Ledger in that
Yeah,
character.
I know.
Please
That's
don't
what
stone
I
me,
did.
but I was not a fan of the movie. It was way
See, I
too
can't
long.
believe that.
I'm sorry. I
I
think
mean-
it was way too long, and I had bad dreams after it. Heath Ledger's
Yeah,
character
I can
really.
see.
I can understand that. It was a long movie, but it was so good.
Yeah.
The
The
concept
plot
was good.
itself, you were saying before, it was a good plot. I just thought it was a little complicated.
Really?
Yeah.
I liked it because it did not follow the normal superhero
Yes.
plots.
That is true.
And
I'll
it
give
was
it
just-
that.
I liked when he was in the nurse costume in the hospital. I thought that was hysterical.
Yes.
Oh my.
It was so funny, but then after you laughed, you felt bad for laughing because it's this deranged character.
I know.
Yeah.
Jokes.
I don't know. All right, continuing with the Oscars, Penelope Cruz was awarded Best Actress in a supporting role for her performance in a three-way affair with her ex-husband and an American woman in Woody Allen's Vicky Cristina Barcelona. I saw that movie. That one was great. Like, I really enjoyed it.
Really?
Yeah. Scarlett Johansson, Penelope Cruz. It was a great movie. During her acceptance of the award, she had many thanks to Woody Allen, quoting, "Thank you, Woody, for trusting me with this beautiful character. Thank you for having written all these years with some of the greatest characters for women." And finally, at the near end of the show, Hugh Jackman again performed a medley, this time saluting famous Broadway musicals, along with the one and only Beyonce Knowles and High School Musical stars Vanessa Hudgens and Zac Efron. They are quite a cute couple.
Oh, they really are.
In the beginning on the red carpet, they're calling them America's sweethearts. Which
Aww.
pretty true.
So I know we're all girls.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay, going from the nice Oscar news to a little disturbing story. In Pennsylvania, an 11-year-old boy is being accused of shooting his father's girlfriend. Now, the father's girlfriend was found by her 4-year-old daughter in their home, shot. And she was shot with a youth model 20-gauge shotgun. And the Pennsylvania authorities released a statement saying, quote, "At this point, we don't believe that it was an accident." And they're investigating child abuse in the case, although there was no previous statement saying that there was any child abuse or anything. But they are investigating everything. The community is in outrage, they're in shock. And actually, in Pennsylvania, the death penalty is 10 years old and older. So I thought that was kind of
Yeah.
Wow.
ridiculous. Like, I didn't expect to see that. Like, for death penalty, you're
You don't really
thinking when
expect
you're older.
11-year-olds. You don't really expect 11-year-olds
Yeah.
to even kill somebody.
I mean, they're
Yeah,
saying
you
that
never wanna think
it wasn't
about something like that.
accidental, but still, you're so young at 10 years old. Was that 5th grade?
Mhm.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, hopefully things work out for the best, whether or not, the way it's supposed to be. I don't know. I can't really form an opinion when I don't know enough about the case, but
Yeah.
hopefully
I understand.
everything works out better.
Yeah. It's a tough one. All right, the case of Chandra Levy may finally have been solved. Levy was an intern in Washington, D.C. when she went missing in May of 2001. Her disappearance made national headlines, especially when her relationship with Congressman Gary Condit was discovered. Her remains were found a year later in a local park. A man who is already serving a sentence for 2 assaults that occurred in Rock Creek Park around the time of Levy's disappearance and near where her remains were found will be charged in the next few days for her murder, apparently. The connection that seems obvious now, it wasn't made at the time because officials were concentrating so much on Congressman Condit.
Yeah.
Right.
And his career is basically over after that.
Oh, well, yeah, it is over.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So, continue on with the news. I guess Pennsylvania seems to be in the news a lot. Former Pennsylvania Luzerne County judges Mark Ciavarelli and Michael Conan pleaded guilty earlier this month to federal criminal charges of fraud and other tax charges. The 2 judges were accused of receiving kickbacks somewhere to the tune of $2.6 million collectively for sending minors to juvenile detention centers. The corruption began in 2002 when Conahan shut down the state facility to help fund the opening of a private juvenile detention center. The judges would send minors to the juvenile detention centers and on some very minor charges. For example, one of Philip Stuart Lee, who was sent to juvenile detention center and then a boarding school for stealing change out of open cars to buy soda and chips. So basically, the judges, they shut down the state facilities, helped open up private facilities, and would get money for sending kids to these private facilities. So a lot of kids have gone in front of these judges, and they don't know which ones were just sent there because of truly, having heinous crimes, or some just for little petty things. So
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
They try to teach the kids the right way, and they do, silly things, and they're going to get in trouble for it. What happens to
I
the
know.
kids who actually are doing the wrong things? Are they getting punished?
and many of the kids didn't have lawyers, and so the judges kind of were allowed to just send them away, and no one could say anything because it was just
Nothing's being done
They're
about
corrupt.
this.
Well, the judges are now in jail for it's going to be over 80 months though. They're
Oh,
going to
wow.
be in prison. They're going to be in prison, and I don't know what's going to happen to the $2.6 million that he received.
Yeah.
Now, this is also pretty depressing. I feel pretty bad for Rihanna these days. For follow-up with this scandal of her and Chris Brown, a photo that appears to be the one of Rihanna's was leaked on the internet Thursday night on the TMZ celebrity website. In this photo, welts could be seen above both of her eyebrows, as well as marks on her cheeks and around her mouth. Just a few hours after the disturbing photo was leaked, the Los Angeles Police Department launched an internal investigation in order to find out who was responsible for the posting. The police have classified this release as a case of serious misconduct, as the photo appears to be one that was taken during a domestic violence investigation. I actually saw this photo on the internet. It is quite disturbing. It's just a picture of her face, her eyes are closed, but it does definitely appear to be Rihanna.
Yeah.
Really?
I seen the photo too. Her lip is busted, but
Right.
I
Oh
was
my goodness.
I was listening and I was told that it's actually going to, well, one, it's a criminal offense to have to leak this, but also it's going to make it more difficult for other women of domestic abuse because they're going to be afraid that their photos are going to get leaked. And
That's true.
it
Well, she also is a
compromises the
celebrity.
case. Exactly. But
Which
it still
that's-
compromises the
yeah.
case and it, creates a problem for other women.
As for Chris Brown, he was arrested on February 8th, and it has been confirmed that the identified woman that he had allegedly attacked is in fact Rihanna, whose real name is Robin Fenty. As a result of this, police have stated that after her prosecution, the 19-year-old could face domestic violence charges, which are well-deserved if that
Yeah,
happens.
definitely.
On Sunday, spokesperson on behalf of Brown released a public statement of his sorrow, where he was quoted saying, "Words cannot begin to express how sorry and saddened I am over what has transpired. I am seeking the counseling of my pastor, my mother, and other loved ones, and I am committed, with God's help, to emerging a better person." What do you guys think about that?
I think it's ridiculous. I think some of these celebrities, they think they can do whatever they want, and I think it should not be taken lightly, what Chris Brown did to Rihanna. And as far as, what you said, Kenza, about how, other people who have been, involved in domestic abuse might not want to speak out. Now, that's a terrible thing, is that things like this happen, and then people don't want to speak out about it because they're afraid that it's going to get
Well,
blown out of
hopefully
proportion.
Rihanna will be able to set as an example
I
for
hope
other
so.
women.
I'm sure she will. I'm sure.
She seems like a pretty strong person.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, now in Buffalo, New York, 37-year-old Asaya Hassan was beheaded by her husband. Now, she had served him divorce papers, and obviously he wasn't too happy about this, and he actually beheaded her. Now, this couple was co-founders of the network called Bridges TV, and they were actually, after post 9/11, they were trying to show the nation that, Muslims can assimilate and be part of the United States, and it was kind of ironic that, the man, his name was Muzammil Hassan, would behead his wife because he was trying to show America that they have assimilated and that, there's
And to teach tolerance.
to teach
basically,
tolerance,
yeah.
exactly, and no
Wow.
violence, and to go back to this way is awful. But 10 days later, after the murder, the Vice President of American Muslim Leaders of North America released a statement saying that, quote, "Violence against women is real and cannot be ignored." And Muzammil Hassan is facing second-degree murder. So, terrible case. Terrible.
Story.
All right. A federal judge accused of trying to force himself on two female court employees has taken a plea bargain. U.S. District Judge Samuel Kent pled guilty to obstruction of justice in exchange for the sex-related crimes being dropped. Kent announced his resignation on Monday to avoid the possibility of being impeached by Congress. He is the first federal judge to be charged with a sex crime, so this is definitely a big deal.
Yeah, that is.
Hopefully, yeah. Whew, sorry, all the news.
I know, it's
days.
so.
Okay.
Where's the bunnies, right, Kenza?
I know.
Yeah.
No bunnies running in fields. Okay, so the New York Post has offered an apology to those offended by last week Wednesday's cartoon showing police officers shooting a monkey, in which one of the officers was saying they'll have to find someone else to write the next stimulus bill. So, I mean, obviously a lot of people did take this as offensive and a direct joust against the President of the United States. Some people thought that the New York Post made a very thinly veiled attempt at a racial insult. And to quote the New York Post, this was most certainly not its intent. To those who were offended by the image, we apologize. However, there are some in the media and in the public life who have had differences with the Post in the past. And they see this incident as an opportunity for payback to them. And to them, no apology is due.
I don't know about that.
I know, and I actually read that the NAACP wants the columnist to be fired and the editor for actually publishing it. So it's going to cause a big debate, and definitely going to be seeing more about this. But thank you so much for joining us tonight. It's been great. This is Newsnight, and I'm Christy Reynolds.
I'm Kenza Martin.
I'm Dana Levinson.
And I'm Manon James.
Good night.
Thank you.